Hello everyone, this is John Fallon, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about pollution, clean energy, and why we should adopt it sooner rather than later. Over 1 million seabirds and 100,000 sea mammals are killed by pollution every year. People who live in places with high levels of air pollutants have a 20% higher risk of death from lung cancer than people who live in less polluted areas. So that's pretty stark reality. That pollution is a huge problem right now, and if one were to contemplate pollution in population for 30 to 45 seconds, sit there and really think about it, you're going to come to the conclusion that the only potential outcome, if nothing changes, is global degradation and death, to the point where the population and consumption once again reaches a sustainable ratio. In the sad part, the bitter part, is that there's already enough technology out there. We already have it. It exists. We've made it to solve these problems. And the reason they're not implemented to their fullest extent is for, truthfully, untrue reasons. They're not even illogical. They're just simply untrue. So I'm going to start by talking a little bit about current pollution levels, where they come from. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the reasons people have, politicians or business owners have, big business owners have, for not adopting clean energy technologies. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about what we have, some of the exciting up-to-date stuff, and what it's already doing. To start, and show a couple graphs. So this circle graph on your guys' left, I think, shows the distribution of the main pollutants in the world. Well, this is specifically greenhouse gases. So 65% carbon dioxide, 11% carbon dioxide from forestry, 16% methane, and 6% nitrous oxide. And this circle graph shows what sector these pollutants come from. So 25% of these pollutants come from electricity and heat production, 21% come from industry, and 24% come from agricultural, forestry, and land use, and 14% come from transportation. Those are the main areas. So one of the biggest reasons leaders have for not adopting the technology we already have is cost. They think that switching to more, hydroelectric power for cities, or using more wind turbines, they say that it's just too expensive and it would hurt the economy too much. So this is from the World Health Organization, and this is just one quote showing how untrue that is. The World Health Organization notes that an increased rate of illness due to pollution places a financial strain on insurance companies, government-funded health programs, and individuals themselves. So the negative effects of pollution, the consequences of pollution, and the costs that go with those far outweigh the costs of implementing clean technology. And it's ironic because there's not even a cost of implementing technology. There is in the short run. But in the long run, the money you save on using more efficient power there's going to be a point when you break even on your investment, and then you profit on it, just because the money that you're going to save every single day after you get that technology, even though it's expensive up front. So some of the technologies we already have that have already been implemented, but just not to their fullest because of reasons like that, are wind turbines, hybrid cars, solar panels, tidal power, hydroelectricity. We have enough mechanisms for generating power out there that we could make a complete switch if we really wanted to. They're just about within the next 10 to 15 years. But that would just mean a huge change in business and how business is run. And here's another fact to support or to counteract the argument that it just costs simply too much. This shows the costs of clean energy technologies and how they've changed from 2008 to 2014. So land-based wind has dropped. Distributed PV has dropped. Utility scale PV, solar panels have dropped. Modeled battery costs have dropped. And LEDs, LED light bulbs have all dropped significantly over the past 6-7 years. So we have the options, and we have the ability to choose a much better, healthier route. It might be a little more expensive up front, but in the long run it's going to save a ton of money, and then above all else it's going to save a ton of lives. Right before I made this video, I saw an ad pop up from, it's actually from Arnold Schwarzenegger, talking about pollution. And more people die every year from the effects of pollution than the amount of people that die every year from car accidents and fires combined every single year. So it's not just an economic problem, it's a moral issue that should be addressed. So this is just one last graphic to illustrate my point. It's completely in our hands, and it's completely up to us, and we can choose. So what will it be? Hopefully we pick this side, mainly because we can, and the reasons to do so far outweigh the reasons not to. Anyways, that's it for me. Happy holidays. Good luck next semester, everybody. Yep. All right, thanks.